Hello, and welcome to the December 18th stream of Skin Deep Development. I'm Brendan Chung, and today we are going to continue with working on the particle effects from last week. So let's see what we got so far. We got this little teleport weapon. So you throw a teleport grenade down. Then, when you throw the other one down, it will teleport things it'll swap the positions of the two objects at the location of the two grenades. And we have a little effect right now. Oops, I teleported myself. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so we have a little circle that appears. There's something weird going on. Oh boy. This glass just exploded for some reason. Alright, well, let's try that again. Okay. Grenade. Grenade. Cool. Okay, so what we wanted to try was when you throw the little puck, it draws a circle on the ground. And what we wanted to try was to have that circle burn a decal into the floor. So let's try that out. Okay. Base textures. Okay, decals. So we want to find our bullet hole texture. I'm going to use this as a model. Alright, so it's a black and white texture. We can do that. I like to make my textures a little bit larger than I think I'll need them. And if I need to down-res them, then I will down-res them. But it's easier to make a texture go smaller than it is to make a texture larger. If you want to make a texture go larger, you kind of have to just redo the entire thing all over again. That's not fun. Let's see. Let's see how we can make this look like a burned circle on the ground. Got a layer mask. Kind of wiggle this circle so it looks more weathered. Let's change that. I would like the edge of this to look more frayed instead of looking really sharp like this. What's the best way of doing that? Can we just blur it, maybe? That's not great. I think there's a filter in here that does what I want it to do. Well, let's look around. Let's try some filters. Oh, nothing's doing anything. All right, I think it doesn't quite, I might need to flatten it down before I do this. Let's try flattening it. Let's try that again. Ooh, that's not too bad. Ooh, that's even better, I think. Spatter. Yeah, let's try this. And let's try blurring it a little bit. I don't know. Let's just try it out. Let's see how this looks. So, what are we going to call this? Donut burn. We'll call it donut burn. Save it there. Then we make a, oops. All right, so we're going to copy the bullet hole decal shader. And give it the same information. Yeah, I think that'll work. Got 300. I think this number is how long it stays in the world. So 300 seconds will be good enough time, I think. I don't remember what this number is. Let's refresh our memories. Decal info, stay in seconds. Okay, so that's how many seconds it takes for it to fade out when its lifetime expires. Look at 2 seconds, that looks pretty good. Okay, cool, we have this decal. Now we can go to the FX file, and we should have an effect for the teleportation thing. Where is it? There it is. Teleport. And let's make a Okay. So I gave it some values. They're probably wrong, but let's see how it looks. Hey. Cool. That kind of worked. I'm kind of not nuts about how this decal looks. Let's try. First, let's try to just. Oh, actually, I got an idea. Let's try the radial blur. I love radial blur. Oh, that looks awful. Let's try that again. I kind of don't like that either. Well, maybe this is not a good fit. Let's try that. Get you. Decal's not super good. I think that'll work actually. I think the radial blur thing is not a good choice. Let's try sticking without it. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, this is way better. Okay, so a few things. The alignment of the wiggly circle is all weird. It doesn't match up. Yeah, let's try to fix that. I think what might be the problem is the fact that it's wiggling, and the wiggling kind of misaligns it. I don't remember where I put it. Where are you? Particles. Energy donut. Sound wave. All right, let's just try turning off the wiggly animation. Okay. Oh, it's still no good. Oops. Sound wave. Okay, let's take a look at the particle effect in here. Bring my sound. Okay. All right, I got an idea. We are going to do some debug. And the debug circle will, because I don't know which, either the glowing ring or the decal ring, the burning ring, or one of them is wrong, and I don't know which one's wrong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look in the code right here, and we're going to add in a debug circle on the ground. Debug circle. Green circle. Radius is, what is the radius? That number. And show it for 10 seconds. All right, so when we activate the teleportation grenade, it should draw a big glowing circle. All right, here we go. Throw. Now we throw this guy. Pop. All right, let's do some adjustments. So the circle's way too big. Let's rein it back in. Let's see if I could just adjust this number right here. Who knows what's going to happen? So it was 200. Now let's try doing 100. I find that if I don't really know how much to adjust by, just doing it by half is a good starting point. Okay, all right. Well, we're just going to keep wiggling this number until it lines up correctly. Oh, getting closer. Okay, so the decal looks like it is not aligned correctly. Well, it's pretty close. Maybe I'm wrong. This one looks great. Let's make the debug circle stay longer so I can take a look at it. I think there might be some wacky stuff going on here. Oh, the debug circle is it's floating above the ground. How do I fix that? guess I can move the debug circle closer to the ground. Sean Vanman says, you should name your next game Radial Blur. I do like Radial Blur, so that's actually... I won't not do that. Tugaslaw says, I imagine that displaying a throw arc would help figure out where the pucks will land. Yeah, I want... Ideally what I want for the throwing interface is to display a throwing arc before you throw it. Because I'm not really super interested in the challenge of knowing how to throw well or to have good throwing skills. I'd rather just show the player if you press the button right now, it will land at this position. That's much more what I'm personally interested in. Okay. All right. So if we want a better debug circle, we can do a trace line and trace it toward the ground. And yeah, I guess we should do that. Debug build. Okay, if debug okay, trace T. 1, 2, 2. For debug stuff, I get pretty lazy about naming my variables. This is a bad variable name. Okay. Let me remind myself of the syntax. Okay, trace point, TR1. Start position, select position, source, start the source, and do a trace line check to the ground of 32 units. And ignore the puck. Okay. Same thing for this guy. Okay. Source position, instead make that. Okay. So this should give us a more accurate debug circle that hugs the ground. Or makes it float even higher. I don't know. That's cool. Oh. No wonder. It's supposed to be negative 32. Okay. Oh, that's weird. Nothing shows up here. This is the green circle. Oh. Oops. Target. Okay. Let's see if that fixes it. Okay, so we're gonna throw this over here, throw this over here. All right, we got two circles. And they look like they line up pretty well. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's wiggle this size a little bit. 130. 5. Oh, that's perfect. Look at that. Okay. So now let's try to make that glowing circle effect line up better. You know what? I got an even better idea. Instead of making this circle appear in the particle effect, we can instead make a decal that fades out really fast. And that would make the alignment, make lining up the two effects so much easier. So let's do that instead. I wonder if we can just hijack the same texture. I'll do that. Donut burn number 2. All right, well, let's try it out. Actually, before I even do that, let's check in our changes. Just in case things go terribly from here. Let's review our changes. Okay. If there's any Tortoise SVN users out there, if you have any tips on why, when I go to show differences as unified diff, and then the window like instantly disappears sometimes. If you have any tips on why that happens, I would love to hear it. Okay, these changes all look pretty good. Does the heartbeat work? And all right. Tugasaw says, would the throwing arc be, the interface, would it be press to show arc, release to throw? I don't know yet. I'm still figuring out the controls. That's one thing I'm thinking of, but it might just show the arc all the time. But I'm not sure yet. Okay, so we have this, and we're gonna do the 2 version. Okay. All right. So we have that decal, and we also have this decal. Well, let's see if this works. Okay, all right. That's a good start. Let's check that out again. It was kind of hard to see. Huh. Yeah. Okay, so a few things. We want to change the color of it. Actually, let's make a... Let's give it a specific... I kind of don't... I try to avoid naming things with... or variations of things with 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, the numbers. Because it gets very confusing very quickly what those numbers mean. So we're going to rename this thing to yellow. We're going to give it some color values. Just for fun, let's see how this looks when we rotate it very slowly. I think it might look bad, but I'm curious. Let's give it a little... Let's see if decals are able to wiggle. Okay. Pick you up. Yeah, that's awful. Let's take that out. So it looks like because I'm giving it color values here, it's messing up the decal's ability to fade out. Okay. So we are going to we're just going to hard code the color into the texture itself then. It's not ideal, but it's fine. Yeah, okay. So let's rename this to a better name. Okay, good. All right, here we go. And I'm gonna make this a new layer. I wish I kept the layers. It would have been nice to give this a little glow effect. I think that would look really good. Now, let's see if I can wiggle my way to selecting this thing. No contiguous 10. Well, let's try that. Blend options. So we want an outer glow. This is not working. I don't see anything. Why is this not working? Oh, right. Because I need to make this a new layer. There we go. Outer glow. Ooh, this looks bad. Oh, I don't really care for that at all. Let's try this. All right, so we're gonna make a layer of here, and then we are going to contract it by, wait, that didn't work. Select, modify, expand by 4 pixels. And hopefully that'll look better. Well, it's glowing. Let's take a look how it looks in the game. All right, it's not really the best, but it's a little bit better. Okay. Anyways, let's make this thing yellow colored. So we grab you, make a new layer, blend options, color overlay. That. Multiply. All right. This should be the final thing. Okay, let's tweak the timing of this because it looks really weird. It stays for 1 second, but let's try making it stay for 0.1 seconds, and let's make this last for half a second. Yeah, I think that's better. And let's also remove this ring, save, and let's get rid of this debug circle. And just to help out future Brendan, let's tell us what this debug circle does. All right, cool. So this should be kind of a more finalized look. Okay. Bump. And here we go. The yellow ring is now kind of, it's a little bit overpowering. There's some really weird stuff happening here. So the puck lands over here. Yeah, they'll go over here. So that looks right. But then if I pick this up and keep throwing it around, yeah, that looks good. Yeah, so it landed over here, but then it gave me this phantom circle over here, which is very weird. Well, I don't know. Okay. All right. That looks pretty good. I like the I think the burned decal on the ground looks much better than I was expecting it to look. All right. So teleport puck. Cool. Anton says, looks like it shows up where you last picked it up. Yeah, it could be. Let's throw in some more debug. Okay, so when it lands, other puck, find entity using death. Yeah, let's do some debug. Debug arrow, color green. Source position plus. All right, so we're going to draw an arrow above puck number 1, and stay there for 10 seconds. And then do the same thing for puck number 2. Position. And also print the names of the 2 pucks. We get you. All right. Let's see if this helps. Brax2 says, it reminds me a bit of the lightsaber scorches on the wall in Jedi Knight 2, which were very satisfying. Oh, those were so satisfying. I liked that thing a lot. I played a lot of Jedi Knight. I thought the game was fantastic. Okay, so that was right. 104, 109. Let's do it again. Still correct. Good. Uh-oh. Got messed up. Ooh, what's happening here? Okay. Puck 104, 109, puck 104, 109, puck 105, 104. What? Maybe when I pick it up, the puck is still in the world somehow, like a phantom version of it. And so it's finding that phantom version first. Let's do... Let's do a check to make sure it's not hidden. Because when you pick it up, it hides it immediately. And then it removes it from the world. Okay. Do you. Do you. Okay. That looks like it might have fixed it. be enough. Oh, what do we got here? Okay, yeah. Great. I guess it works. Oh. Let's comment this out. What did we change? All right. Something I was thinking about that would be kind of neat is they had a little electricity effect whenever you used it. To kind of shoot electrical bolts out whenever you teleport objects. Let's see how we can do that. But before that, let me get some more water. I'll be right back. All right, yeah, let's try doing an electrical effect. I haven't done it before, so you'll have to bear with me as I muddle through this. Okay, is that black? Let's make a little electrical beam. What's the best way to do that? Do some MS Paint work. Oh, that's beautiful. Ooh. Yikes. I hope this looks better when it's finally done. Oh shoot, I forgot to make that a layer. Well, let's see if I can wiggle myself around that. Sure. So this is a placeholder for now, and hopefully it'll look better in the future. That would be great. I wonder if we can make this look better. Nope. Well, okay, that's fine. This will be our cool, super cool placeholder lightning effect. Electricity. 01. Nickel Ale suggests bolt to each object it teleports. Oh, that's a good idea. Like make a little particle effect. The electricity can run up and down the objects that teleports. That is a good idea. Yeah, we'll give that a shot after this. Okay, so let's make a texture. Let's make a shader for this thing. We'll copy you. Electricity 0, 1. Ooh, I wonder if we can use this thing. So the particle effect editor has this box called animation. If it's more than 1, subdivide the texture S-axis into frames and crossfade. Oh boy. Yeah, let's give that a shot. That sounds fun. Let's throw you inside here. How many frames per second? 30. Oh crap, I didn't want to do that. 0, 0. I'll make a new one. What's the name of this? Textures. That's interesting. Whoa. Things are getting weird. Okay, so we saved it. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the syntax. Maybe we can see if we can figure out what's happening here. Let's see if this has any handy tips on animations. Okay. The anim frames and anim rate boxes allow you to specify film strip animation for the particle. Spiral file stage 2. The material is 7 frames of a fireball in a single texture. Anim frames of 7 frames. Anim rate is set to 0. Well, okay. Let's see if this is the worst texture ever. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, so let's save that as that. Yes. Textures, particle, just stay zero. Textures, particles, just stay zero. Well, it's not displaying correctly here. Not quite sure how to use this thing correctly. Oh, that looks wrong. Couldn't load image, textures, particles, electricity 0. Paste, textures, particles. Oh, I didn't even save it in the right directory. Where did I? Oh, okay. All right, let's try that again. Let's try that again. Oh, okay. Well, there's my cool electricity effects. So they're showing correctly in here. That's a good start. All right, let's try to make this work better. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It's not my best work, but I'm okay with it. 20, 0, 1. Whoa. Why is that happening? Oh, aspect ratio. Oh, cool. So it is kind of scrolling through all the frames in a weird way. I'm not sure if I like that or not. Maybe with more frames of animation, it'll look better. Maybe it's not designed to be used for just 2 frames. Nothing is showing up in the engine. That's a bummer. Oh, there it is. Wow. Gross. The animation is really strange. I don't understand it. That's actually, I mean, it looks bad, but I can kind of see a good version that can exist if the art was better. Yeah, maybe this will work after all. Let's make it a ring. Rectangular, spherical. All right, let's check out these new numbers. Applesick asks, do you make all the assets by yourself? Yeah, Yeah, I am. I am the artist on the project. That electricity effect is mega placeholder. I do ultra ugly placeholder stuff for tech that I'm unfamiliar with, because I find it just not usually worth your time to make really good art for tech that you're not sure about. But the tech looks like it works pretty well. It has different frames. You can scroll through all the different animation frames of a sprite, and I think it'll work out pretty well. So hopefully I can make next time I can make a better electrical bolt effect. I'm still not mega sure if it'll work, but I think it'll be worth a shot. I'm gonna do some slow-mo teleportation. Boop. Oh, that distortion effect is all messed up. It's not going to the right place. Let's see what's going on there. Keyring minor. Weird. I don't know what's going on with it. Well, anyways, let's check it in. Let's check in our changes. Snapman IM suggests adding a color shift to the distortion shader to help identify where it's affecting the scene. Ooh, that's a good idea. Let's see. Let's take a look at the distortion effect. not sure if it has a flag for colors, but let's take a look. Where are you? Okay, so it uses two textures. Where are they? There's particles. It uses these two textures. So this affects the distortion, and this affects the alpha. Yeah, it doesn't look like I can affect the distortion effect, but I can probably add a big like glow to that area. Yeah, I think that'd be really cool. I'm gonna add that to my to-do list. Oh, actually, what I can do is add a light source in here. So that whenever you teleport anything, it'll make a big light appear at that location. Let's see if this works. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of nice. But you probably should also add a nice glowing sprite there. All right, so what do we got so far? We got 2 pucks. When we throw it, does that effect? That giant shadow of the puck is kind of neat, but but kind of distracting. Let's see what we can do about that. All right. Cool. Yeah, looks pretty good. Snapman I am asks, so these trigger on impact only? Yeah, right now the gag is that these teleportation grenades only activate on impact with a hard surface. Wonder if you throw this teleport puck onto a big fluffy sofa cushion, will it not teleport? Because it needs to. That could be kind of funny. Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, I feel good about all that stuff. I think we made a lot of good progress today. We got some good particle effects. I think I'm gonna call it a day for today. Thanks all for joining me. This was a lot of fun. I think we're getting closer to finishing up this teleport thing we're doing. Cool. I am going to be out on holiday for a while. I will return on January 8th. So the next stream for Skin Deep will be on January 8th. So I will see you all in the new year. It's been a lot of fun. Thanks y'all for the great suggestions. There's some really good stuff in there that I'm really glad to have in my notes now so that I can add later. And it's making the game a lot better. So thanks y'all for joining. All right, I'll see you later. Bye.